so much for volunteering. We are so glad you are able to take time for this training, and we thank you for volunteering. During this session, we will cover an overview of the volunteer position, who you can count on for support, all the resources you'll need and where to find them, and some best practices and words of wisdom. In Girl Scouting, we believe in sisterhood and the buddy system, so I'm not in this alone. Today, I've asked a couple of amazing volunteers and another staff member to join me. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Anna Denise, Recruitment Manager at GSNEO. With me today,
my name is Gina Gerhardt, and I am the Recruitment Specialist. I have been with GSNEO for 2 years.
And we also have some fantastic volunteers. Kara, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kara Constance, and I live in Aurora, Ohio. I've been part of Girl Scouting in Aurora for 7 years. Currently, I'm serving as the recruiter organizer for the service unit team and am co-leader of my daughter's 4th grade juniors troop.
And hi,
sorry. Go ahead.
My name is Cindy Sladkey. I have been a Girl Scout leader for 6 years in Rootstown. My girls are now cadets. I've been involved with helping the service unit for 5 years. I stay at home with my 4 kids and participate in helping out with all their activities. My favorite Girl Scout activity is definitely ALE, where I'm able to meet other Girl Scout volunteers and bring home tons of fun ideas to do with my girls.
Great, thanks ladies. So even though this is not a live orientation, we still want to learn about you. Tweet at us using #volunteer or write on our Facebook page and let us know why you decided to volunteer, something unique and special about you, or just stop by and say hi. So let's dive into the details of your new position. First, Kara will discuss the term of appointment.
Okay, so the term of appointment goes every year from October 1st until September 30th, but much of the major recruiting actually happens before then, and so it's a good idea if you're considering becoming a recruiter to shadow the person who is doing it the year before you take this on. And likewise, if you are already a recruiter and are planning to end your term, to have someone new shadow you as you're going through the recruiting for that current year.
Right now on the screen is a list of the main responsibilities for a service unit recruiter. Please refer to the service unit recruiter position description for a full list of responsibilities and expectations.
Great. Let's talk about the time commitment.
So the time commitment will vary depending on the size of the service unit. The recruiters we spend about 3 to 5 hours per week during the main recruiting season, August, September, October, and then in the spring, and we spend a few more hours there as well. And then the winter and summertime, we end up spending mainly about 2 to 3 hours per month, which isn't so bad.
And this is Kara talking right now. You can put as much time as you want into it. So you may find additional opportunities to go to school events and talk about Girl Scouting. So of course, this is the minimal amount of time, but if you feel that at an ice cream social or some other event where you can come in contact with girls, that you can attend those things, that is always welcome in the recruiting process.
Great. So this is Anna again. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the training that's provided. So recruiters are required to complete Girl Scouting 101, which is an online orientation. Welcome to the Service Unit Orientation. The current session you're taking, which is the Service Unit Recruiter Orientation, and then yearly in-person trainings. We have yearly trainings for both our new and existing recruiters because our recruitment campaigns, strategies, and goals change from year to year. We'll talk a little more about additional trainings and resources that are available a little bit later in this session. Cindy?
Sorry about that. The service unit recruiter is part of the service unit team, and therefore we report to the service unit director. We also are supported by Gina, who's our recruitment specialist.
Thanks, Cindy. So now that we've highlighted some of the basics, let's look at a year in the life of a recruiter.
In Girl Scouts, anyone can join at any time of the year, so we recruit all year long. We have 4 different recruiting seasons. Let's now take some time to talk about each of those in more detail.
Our heaviest recruitment period is back to school. The exact dates will depend on the school calendars in your service unit, but it is generally August through October. While recruitment occurs year-round, the majority of new girl members and troop volunteers do join in the fall during back to school. During this time, your main focus will most likely be recruiting volunteers and girls for new troops, but if you have established troops with open spaces, you may of course recruit to them also. Planning for back to school recruitment should take place in July or August, depending on your school calendar. During this time, you will work with your service unit organizer to determine where new troops need to be established, and then you will develop plans to recruit them.
Winter recruitment occurs during November, December, and January. This is a great time to evaluate how many open troop spots are available in your service unit, and then recruit girls and or volunteers to fill those spots. Winter is also a great time to start new troops who may have stalled in the fall, or who missed your fall recruitment events. We suggest scheduling your winter recruitment earlier in the season so you can schedule follow-up events if needed to reach your goals.
Spring recruitment takes place in February, March, and April. During spring, we recruit to fill any spaces left in troops. Keep in mind that when you're recruiting to establish troops, you should consider their troop calendar. If troops stop meeting in May or even June, you may want to try to fill their spots during this time or even during the winter so that the new troop members have a few solid months of troop participation. In addition to filling current troops, spring is also a great time to start new troops, especially at the Daisy and Brownie level. You can start reaching out to the parents of girls in grade pre-K through 2nd grade to become troop volunteers and start forming those troops for next year now. Or you can keep forming new Daisy and Brownie troops to start during the current year who could then meet over the summer and then continue during the following year. If needed in the spring, you might also help your service unit director with recruiting for service unit team positions.
Summer recruitment takes place in May, June, and July. During summer, we continue to recruit for new volunteers and girls for the upcoming fall. You should also assess your experiences from the past year and begin to plan for the upcoming year.
So basically, each service unit's recruitment plan is going to be a little bit different. What was offered is just a sample. The main point is that girls and volunteers can join anytime. And so what's really important is to keep in good communication with the troops that you have in your service unit about when they're meeting, what days, and their entire troop calendar, and also how many spots they have available in their troops. So if someone approaches you interested in joining Girl Scouting, you can immediately give them information to motivate them to continue the process and join in, even though it's not the fall.
Great. And Cindy is going to share some other resources that are available to you.
There are several resources available. Our recruiter handbook is an important one. Bi-monthly recruitment plans, recruitment collateral, which we're able to get from Gina. Those includes flyers, stamps, pencils, stuff like that. The service unit team portal is on gsneo.org, and there's a lot of good information on there as well. Of course, we want to talk to our recruitment specialists to find out the newest things that we are able to do as a team.
This webinar is not the only learning opportunity you have as a service unit recruiter. There will be webinars for service unit teams July, September, November, January, and May, and recruiter-specific webinars October, December, February, April, and June. The Leadership and Learning Conference for 2016 is scheduled for March, and the Service Unit Team Rally, as well as ALE, the Adult Learning Experience, will be in August 2016. So be sure to check out the Service Unit Team portal at gsneo.org for actual dates and times of those webinars and learning professional development opportunities.
Great, thanks, Tina. So now I'm going to turn it over to Kara and Cindy to talk about some of their best practices, tips and tricks, and to share all of their wisdom and experience.
So this is Kara, and one of the first things that I realized when becoming a recruiter was that people responded much more readily to Girl Scouts if I was talking to them personally. If I was discussing with them how exciting of an opportunity it was for my girls, or how fulfilling it was for me as a leader, it really drew them into wanting to become part of the Girl Scout family. In addition to this in-person contact, when I set up booths, I usually make a poster, and on that poster I post up pictures of girls that are currently in our service unit. That way, other little girls see their friends doing all these really fun things on the poster, and so that makes them more interested. Oh, look, there's Susie. She's my best friend, and she's doing all these cool things, and I want to do them with her. So personalizing recruitment materials can really help in the process. The second point I have is that everyone is a recruiter. I am just one person, and I can't talk to everybody in our community. So I regularly talk to the leaders at our service unit meetings and encourage them to talk about Girl Scouts and to ask the members of their troops to talk about Girl Scouts and encourage their friends to join. Along with that, when you're recruiting, this is really important. You can't form a new troop unless you have new leaders. So it's equally important to talk to the adults about what you get out of Girl Scouting as an adult in addition to what the girls get out of it, so that new leaders are ready to jump in when needed. Some other recruiting strategies that we've used in Aurora. One thing we've done before is partner with local Cub Scout groups to recruit, since they're only recruiting boys and we're only recruiting girls. If you're talking to a mixed group of kids, that way you're, touching all of them with something that they can join in on. Finally, take advantage of local community events. One great idea from our service unit director this year was to pass out bubbles during the 4th of July parade with a sticker on the bubbles that gave them information about how to join Girl Scouts in Aurora. You can also attend school events like ice cream socials, meet and greets, safety town, kindergarten orientation, and either go there in person if you can with your poster to talk with people, or at least have flyers available. So just make sure to take advantage of all of those different opportunities that are already organized in your community. And now I think Cindy has a bunch of great advice as well.
Hi, this is Cindy again. Okay, so some of the best practices for my side. I like to be organized. If you're not organized, it's going to be really hard to keep track of your documents, where you see people, where you get the best input from other people. Make sure to smile. It's free. Smile. They like talking to someone who's very personable and enjoys being around people. Don't be afraid to talk to someone about Girl Scouts at the grocery store. Anywhere you go, there are girls available for Girl Scouts. I'll frequently run into people I've never met and see they have a young girl and say, oh, are you in Girl Scouts? And then that starts a whole conversation about where the local Girl Scouting is in their neighborhood, which also helps recruit girls for other service units. Keep track of what you've done, what works, what doesn't. Some things really work. I've had great success with the open houses, ice cream socials, not such great success with other things. And something as simple as the football game concession stands. You know, you could put out a flyer there. The parents can fill out a paper, and then you can pick up the cards after the game, and that way you have some opportunities to recruit new girls and leaders because the parents are there with them.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, ladies. Those are some amazing ideas. I'm actually want to implement a couple of those myself. So now that you've watched this orientation video, we would like to hear from you. If you could please go to gsneo.org and log into the service team portal. At the top of the portal homepage, you'll see the link for a fillable online form where you can give us your feedback. If you don't know how to access the service team portal or need any other assistance, just let us know. We're here to help. Call 800-852-4474 or send an email to customercare@gsneo.org and someone will be able to assist you.
I'd like to thank all of you for your time and your attention today. I know we all have very busy schedules, but Girl Scouts is a great thing and a great opportunity for other adults and kids to get involved into.
We are so excited for you to join our team.
And this is Anna. I would like to thank Kara and Cindy for sharing their time with us and all of their experiences and expertise and wisdom. We definitely could not have done this without them.
Yes, thank you so much, Cindy and Kara, and thank you, future
welcome.
service recruiter. Oh,
Right. Well,
Switches.
this completes the orientation, so good luck, and we will look forward to working with you soon.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.